Is there any
I want to see
particular?
it continue to be great. Let's see it. Every fight, she's going up.
Yeah. Now I gotta ask, I know this might sound like a crazy question, but we saw the Papoose tattoo, so I gotta ask, is there a goat tattoo? I gotta ask.
Stay tuned.
Uh-oh, stay tuned. That's what's up.
I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again.
Y'all must don't like her confidence and the fact that she's with Pat, cause the level of hate y'all give to this woman is crazy.
Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion, arrived for her official win ahead of tomorrow's major bout. She appeared confident and stylish, dressed in what looked like a custom Gucci-inspired bodysuit or swimsuit form-fitting, sleek, and clearly designed to stand out. But it wasn't just her outfit that had everyone's attention. It was something else, something much more surprising. Just beneath her chest, barely visible under her top, fans noticed a tattoo, and it appeared to say, Papoose. Yes, that Papoose. What really sparked discussion was how visible the tattoo was. Almost like she intended for it to be noticed. Claressa moved in a way that gave the cameras a clear view, as if she was subtly highlighting the ink. Whether that was deliberate or simply the result of her confident posture, viewers online caught it right away.
So the beef with Clarissa, Clarence, whatever Remy Ma called her, let me tell y'all something. I would chew rocks and swallow them before I would ever speak publicly about a man that is still married, that has yet to sign divorce papers, that's been filed for months. I would eat literal cow manure before I would go on somebody's app saying I'm about to have a family with this married man that got kids my freaking age. This girl is delusional. And quite frankly, it's really embarrassing because it's like Remy Ma read her. Like, she's like, I've known this man since you were 10 years old. Since you were 10 years old, she's known this man. She's been married to that man since she was 13. Like, honey, get out the chat. Get in the ring. Get out the fit. Because dating ain't working for her. Because I feel like nobody was talking to Clarissa, whatever her name is. No man that we know of was interested in that woman. And now she got somebody interested in her, and it just happens to be Papoose. And, you know, this whole thing that Papoose is this, Papoose is that, whatever. I don't care about Papoose. All I know is that he, quote-unquote, held Remy Ma down while she was in prison, even though he was probably cheating. Because most men cheat. 9 times out of 10, they not gonna hold you down, but whatever. Like, that's the narrative they like to put out there. But all I gotta say is, Clarissa, baby, get in the ring and get out the dating field, because you get your tail whooped out there in them comments. Baby, that's embarrassing.
Almost instantly, people began asking, wait, does that tattoo say Papoose? Given the associations that name carries, especially regarding past relationship, drama, it raised a lot of questions. Is this a fan shout-out, a private message, or does it point to something more personal? And this wasn't your typical pre-fight publicity. This moment captured a different kind of attention. The energy online shifted as the video spread. Speculation took off. Was this about loyalty, love, a hidden message? No one could say for sure, but it was obvious Claressa knew how to command attention on the eve of a major fight. Now, I've got the clip queued up. Don't worry, I'll blur the area out for privacy, but I will zoom in slightly so you can clearly see what everyone's discussing. Trust me, this might just be more talked about than the actual fight itself. Let's break down this close-up moment, because Yesif got a zoomed-in look at that tattoo, and it's even more surprising when you see the details. To stay within YouTube's content rules, I had to be extra careful with the footage. I zoomed in as far as possible and blurred out what needed to be blurred. Even with the editing, the tattoo is still clearly visible. Right beneath Claressa's chest, you can make out the name Papoose. Not a nickname, not a design that suggests a name. It's his full name, plain as day. And just to be clear, there are photos circulating online that show it even more clearly than what I can share here. If you've seen those, then you already know there's no attempt to hide it. That tattoo is front and center, so the question is, what's really going on here? Because this doesn't seem like your typical celebrity tattoo. It's bold, it's intimate, and it definitely sends a message. She didn't get it placed somewhere discreet like an ankle or shoulder. She chose a spot that says, "This man means something significant to me." And if you've been following Claressa's recent moves, the pieces start to connect. To quote what's being said online, you can't tell her anything about this man. She's acting like he's the center of her world. She's glowing, posting confidently, stepping out like she's on a high. And now, with the tattoo in the mix, it all starts to make more sense. This doesn't look like something casual. It feels committed, intense, and maybe even a bit unpredictable. Some people are already asking, is she overdoing it? Others are saying, wait, is this the same Papoose who was with Remy Ma? That's where the conversation shifts, and speculation ramps up. Because now, it's no longer just about a tattoo, it's about context, timing, and possible connections. And what really has people talking is how deeply Claressa seems to be into this. Like this might be her first time experiencing this kind of emotion, and it's showing. She's giving the impression of someone fully committed. No doubts, no hesitation, and don't worry, I'll walk you through the full backstory. Because once you understand what's been happening behind the scenes, the tattoo moment will seem like just the start. Things have been rocky between Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields for a while now. Let's rewind and break down how all of this even began, because the way Clarissa and Papoose first connected has people confused and raising questions. It all started in the summer of 2024. The atmosphere was electric. Fight night was in full swing when Papoose made his move. He approached Clarissa at the event.com and respectful, shook her hand and told her he admired her work. That interaction marked the beginning of what quickly evolved into a more complicated situation. Clarissa, clearly interested, invited him to her next fight in Detroit. But she didn't stop there. She followed up by messaging him directly and sending VIP passes, front row seats, full access, everything. From that point on, their connection grew rapidly. Now, here's where things shifted from simple to messy. Papoose is still legally married to Remy Ma. That's right, while they've reportedly been living separate lives. Their marriage remains intact on paper. And even though the relationship appears distant, the surrounding drama hasn't cooled off. You might recall how things escalated back in 2023, when rumors started spreading that Remy was getting close to another rapper, Reezy, the block captain. That news caught the industry's attention quickly. When it reached Papoose, he didn't respond with a public statement or an interview. Instead, he let his Instagram do the talking, removing every photo of Remy from his account. Just like that, she disappeared from his page. Since then, their dynamic has been visibly strained. Fans have noted the absence of public appearances, no shoutouts, no birthday posts, no anniversary acknowledgements, nothing. It's as if their relationship went on pause and never resumed. So now, with Papoose showing up in photos, offering support, and even making headlines alongside Hertz, no surprise that people are piecing things together and finding it ironic. Because while his relationship with Remy Ma may be emotionally over, the legal bond is still very much intact.
Wait. You have grown-ass women on this app who are making Remy out to be the victim now. See, I know what it is. I just thought about it. Y'all know Claressa Shields is fucking elite. Y'all know she's a savage with those hands. She'll put them paws on anybody. So now, y'all want to say Clarissa the problem, because y'all know she'll put Remy in something serious. She'll put Remy in something serious. So y'all know Clarissa would do Remy dirty. So now Remy gotta be the victim to her own shenanigans. That shit crazy. When Pap found out about Easy to Block, Pap went put his paws on Easy to Block. Ain't nobody had to say nothing about that. When Pap found out about Easy, Pap went put his paws on Easy. Snuffed him, shut him up, punched him down. whatever they say, however, whatever terminology you want, he did it. He came with it. But now that Remy done laid up there and came at Pap and Clarissa, and now that they both clap back, and Clarissa still clapping without even clapping, Clarissa the problem. Clarissa the fucking problem. Bro, these motherfuckers is really making think pieces and getting thousands of likes, basically saying that Clarissa is the problem. Y'all trying to break up them people happy home, bro. Y'all don't want to see nobody happy. Y'all see that woman over there glowing. She the champ. She floating. She's successful. She doing her thing. And y'all mad that she got the good guy and Remy can't get him back.
Let's break down what happened next, because this relationship triangle, or perhaps square, keeps getting more complicated. Here's what's known. Remy Ma and Easy, the block captain, continued seeing each other for a while. This wasn't just a short-lived rebound. From late 2023 into 2024, they were spotted together multiple times, and it started to look like a serious connection was forming. But fast forward to now, and that spark seems to have faded entirely. Their relationship quietly dissolved with no public fallout, just silence. And in this space, silence can speak volumes. Now, here's where things take an interesting turn. While Remy's situation was cooling down, Papoose was building something new with Claressa Shields. And from the looks of it, Claressa is fully invested. She's expressing affection, like this is her first real relationship, emphasizing how safe, valued, and supported she feels with Papoose.
What is it about him that made you fall in love?
The way that Papoose speaks, he's a very nice guy. Very, very nice, very, very humble, very knowledgeable. We all know he can rap, okay? And yeah, he can rap, like seriously, really good. And he's just very supportive.
She's posting about how he brings peace into her life, calling him her partner, her best friend, her everything. She says the energy he brings is unlike anything she's experienced before. To her, this isn't just love, it's something on a deeper level, but beneath all this, public affection is a layer of ongoing tension. Claressa and Remy Ma have a contentious history. These two have exchanged words before, and there's clearly no friendship between them. It's not a mutual respect situation, it's animosity, plain and simple. That's what adds more weight to the story. Claressa isn't just involved with someone's ex-cheese, now connected to the same man who's still legally married to Remy Ma. And regarding that legal status, there have been claims that Papoose has been trying to end that marriage for years, allegedly. He's described Remy as controlling and told people close to him that she made the separation process far more difficult than it needed to be. As of now, no formal paperwork has been filed, and the lack of closure continues to hang over everything. But the story doesn't stop there. Claressa is reportedly taking things to an even more serious level, and it's sparking a lot of online conversation. According to those close to her, she's been telling friends and fans that she and Papoose are ready to start a family. That's right, this isn't just a casual relationship. She's planning a long-term future that includes children. She's been dropping hints in interviews, live streams, and behind-the-scenes moments, making it clear that she's ready to settle down in a real way. Claressa has said she's always wanted a dependable partner before taking that next life step. And now that she's with Papoose, she feels the time is right. Insiders say they've already begun discussing timelines and even tossing around baby names.
I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year. And then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one and then do the same thing again.
But here's where things shift, because despite all the plans, the affection, and talk of building a family, there's still one major unresolved issue. Papoose is still legally married to Remy Ma. Yes, that's still the case. While he's laying the groundwork for a new chapter with Claressa, the previous one hasn't been formally closed. To put it plainly, Papoose and Remy have over 20 years of history, 21 years to be exact. And it's not just a long-term relationship, they officially married in 2008. Through ups and downs, including Remy's time in prison, Papoose remained publicly loyal. That kind of past doesn't just disappear. Now, both sides have pointed fingers over the delay. Papoose has allegedly claimed that Remy is holding things up, while Remy has said he's the one who hasn't taken action. But regardless of who's responsible, the reality is that no divorce papers have been filed. So while Claressa may be thinking about legacy, children, and a shared future, it's all happening while legal ties to a past relationship remain in place. Those familiar with the situation say Claressa is hoping things will be finalized soon, but from an outside perspective, it still feels unresolved. That's 21 years of marriage, shared experiences, highs and lows, and long-term commitment. It's not something someone can just walk away from cleanly. So before Claressa starts preparing for a new chapter like shopping for baby items or designing a nursery, the first step is clear. That past relationship needs to be legally finalized. Until that happens, everything else is just talk. No matter how strong the feelings are or how serious the intentions sound, if there's still a legal spouse involved, the situation lacks a solid foundation.
So Clarissa, out here planning to have a baby with Papa the next year. Guess her and Papa definitely talked about it. I get her with the age she at. She's about ready to have a family and settle down, other than instead of being in the field with the boxing thing. So I get where she's coming from. But is Papa even divorced? Are you making plans with a man that ain't divorced? All I can say is, Pap better come through with them promises. Better not be no broken promises. Because did you see her fist? That good fist bigger than both of Pap fists put together. All I can say is, Pap, just run. Get on out of Dodge, Pap. That's all I can say. If any one of them promises is broken, all I can tell you to do is get on out of Dodge. Get on out of Dodge, my boy. That's all I can tell you. But, hey, maybe he ready to have some babies. I don't know. Maybe he ready to have some babies. I'm hoping he is. Because, Pap, nobody can help you. We won't be able to help you. That's all I can see. But anyway, y'all tuning in to the fight.
Let's be honest. How can you be planning a future discussing children, commitment, and legacy when the person you're doing it with is still married on paper? It doesn't add up. Claressa is clearly invested. She's publicly calling him her best friend and saying she wants to build a future with him, yet the divorce hasn't gone through, of course. Papoose may be telling her that Remy is the one delaying things, refusing to sign, slowing the process down. Maybe he's been saying, I'm trying, but she's not cooperating. That narrative is familiar to anyone who's seen a long-term relationship fall apart. Especially with 2 decades of emotional history involved, the blame game tends to go both ways. That kind of deep connection doesn't just disappear when someone new enters the picture. Now, here's the real concern, and I'll say this directly. If Papoose ends up walking away from Claressa, the emotional impact could be serious, especially if he does a full turnaround and reconciles with Remy. That kind of outcome might blindside Claressa. From the outside, it seems like she's fully committed, getting tattoos, calling him her everything, showing signs that this is the most attention she's ever received in a relationship. She's treating it like he's completely transformed her world. And while that might seem heartfelt, it also carries risk, because when one person is more emotionally invested than the other, the fallout can be intense. People close to Claressa have already noticed how fully she's leaned in emotionally. It's starting to look like she hasn't left any room for a plan B, and that's a tricky situation. Building your next chapter around a man who's still technically connected to someone else. And if all of this turns out to be legit, Papoose needs to tread carefully. If anything goes wrong, Clarissa is definitely not someone to underestimate. Let's not forget she's a world champion boxer, respected by the entire fight community. If he messes up, he and Remy might need to plan a quiet exit because Clarissa gives off serious ride-or-die energy. She seems like the type who, if left, would make sure everything around you feels the impact. And here's what makes this even more surprising: Clarissa is 30, not 19, not fresh out of college. So when she gets a man's name inked under her chest, like it's a high school romance, it's bound to raise eyebrows. At this point in life, you'd expect more measured decisions, especially when the man in question still has legal ties to a long-term partner. It's giving all gas, no brakes. Now maybe this is the real deal. Maybe they're meant for each other and this ends with a happy ever after. Or maybe, just maybe, this is a rebound situation that's not built to last. And when the excitement fades, there's a chance Papoose and Remy find their way back, because those deep, long-standing bonds don't just disappear when the energy shifts. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Clarissa and Papoose are truly in it for the long haul? Or is this just a fleeting spark that's burning out quickly? Is Clarissa moving too fast? Is Papoose being smarter, just coasting along? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every one. If you're enjoying the tea, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more drama, deep dives, and full celebrity breakdowns. Tap that bell so you never miss a thing.